We're checking into Psyck.
Psyck.
Yo, check it out. It's a sick discussion.
You tuned in to Sick Discussions. You are now listening to a Sick Discussion.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Sick Discussion.
Sick.
As always, it's your boy Reggie So Dope.
What up, it's Devin.
What's going on, y'all? This Marv.
And it's Sam Dink IV, you already know.
And we have another super dope episode planned for y'all today. As y'all see, we are not alone. We'll be discussing love languages, and these two people we have to my left are some of the most love language ass people I think I know. So first up, we got Alicia Lee. She is here. And then we have the amazing Rachel next to her. And so if y'all could just tell us a little bit about yourselves. At names, maybe all that, whatever you want to share.
Okay, so hello. As he said, my name is Alicia. My Twitter is thebestyears_, so you can follow me there. That's prominently where I'm at on the internet. I am the co-host of a podcast called Misfits and Mystics, so you can follow that as well.
Already?
Like freaky asses.
We talk about some of everything, okay? But we love sex, okay? I am a past teacher, and I am trying to go back to school to be a therapist. Okay. So that's kind of where I go with. We'll get more into that as we talk about love languages, but yeah.
Bet.
Already.
Ray.
Hello, I'm Rachel. So my Instagram and Twitter is Blackbird, but there is no A and C. There's a X and a V. I work at the community health center. I'm getting more into public health, so I feel it's very good for me to be, of course, in tune with myself, for myself, but for the community that I'm interested in getting into.
No, I love that. In that community, some relationship ass people, because that's the way of our world, right? And so this is why love languages are important.
Yes.
And so let's get right into it. Y'all, what the fuck are love languages?
A love and a language.
Right.
Where we talk.
I love. Like, what are love languages?
You want the definition or the actual love languages?
Or just
give us both.
Yeah, go crazy.
Definition.
Okay, so I mean, I don't know what the exact definition is, but I believe the person whose name I don't know, so sorry, I should have information, but it's okay. The person who came up with this idea of, love languages, I believe is prominently used for how you need to receive love, but it also can be for how you naturally give love, and it also can change, and there's a lot more to it, but the love languages are?
Acts of service, physical touch, quality time, words of affirmation, and receiving gifts.
Word.
Okay, decent.
I always forget receiving gifts. I always forget that one. That's why I'm like, pass it on.
Right. It always be that one.
It is.
What is it? It's probably the one that's at the bottom of your list, too.
Absolutely. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it is. Look, I'm good on the gifts.
Okay, so question for the table, man. Like, do we feel like love languages are important? If so, like, why?
Yes.
I think it's definitely important because it helps explain to your partner how you like to be loved, either whether that's emotionally or physically. I believe the love languages touch on all that. So yeah.
Take it away, Dev.
Okay.
For the win.
Those are yeses. What do y'all feel like they're important? If so, why?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, literally, Devin just took the whole grasp of it. I mean, yeah, it's definitely important. It's how you know someone wants to be loved and how you need to project that to someone else, how to love you. So that, you know what I'm saying, you can just be on the same playing field and everything can be copacetic and happiness can exist.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you agree what he said, the word that stuck out was your partner? Do you agree that the love languages are only for like courtship, romantic relationships, or is
Nah, I think it can be friendships as well,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. But then that's like a whole nother level of
Yeah.
friendship right there in itself. Like you're not just gonna talk about love languages with just you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, cool, we're not
person
at
you go
that
party
depth,
with, it's
right?
like-
Yeah, right, exactly.
You're just partying.
Like, yo, what up? You busy on Friday?
Nothing about
Like,
me.
Somebody, you want to drink? Hey, what's your love language?
Right. Well, no, I actually probably would start a conversation. Like, wait, I probably would start that conversation.
Only if I like his
just need
tequila.
to, if we're going out just to party, then I feel like I need to know something about you, like how you function. If I know some of these things, then I know if something happens, how to make you comfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
That's like a good
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love language
That
is
is.
definitely like a conversation starter
for
for
sure.
me. Like, but they're important in every relationship to me.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
friends, family, partner, mentoring. Like, yes, I need to know how do we best like give love and how do we best like receive it, because those two are not the same.
definitely not.
But let's get deeper into it. What the hell are y'all love languages? Like top two.
Right.
Let's go
all
top two.
They say you really only have two anyways, huh?
Well, see, it depends on your percentages, because if all your shit is like aligned,
Right.
it's like nah. You,
Right.
Yeah.
So top two love languages.
We just gonna go around.
Just take it.
Okay.
I think going around is orderly.
I want to talk about this.
No, relax, Marv. My top two are quality time and words of affirmation.
Right, and this is receiving. Like, how do we like to
How you
receive?
like to receive?
Okay, so this
So
is
that's
just
the
receiving.
primary test. Yeah.
Okay.
My top two, I actually have not taken it this year. I try to take it every year, but my top two are usually quality time and physical touch.
Same.
We're best friends, by the way.
It's theirs. Mine is quality time and physical touch.
Okay. Receiving, I probably go with words of affirmation and gifts. But it's interesting, right? Because I feel like there was a high percentage of acts of service, but I'm real particular about how I like things done. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like it's words more than it is acts of service.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Reg?
Yeah. So my top two are acts of service and quality time. And my acts of service is like 33%. My quality time is 27%. And so
Okay.
it's interesting how like close those
I have a
are.
question.
Yes.
Do those two change?
Hell yes.
Okay. I know you, and I feel like quality time used to be bigger, but you've gotten more comfortable with yourself, and so you don't need the
Come on,
company.
quarantine
as
me.
I know you.
And words of affirmation used to be higher actually,
Okay.
but we only doing our top two.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
facts.
So I have a question, and it could be a stupid question. I don't know. Maybe there are no stupid questions. Can like words of affirmation? Well, I guess maybe not words of affirmation, but can words, right, themselves somewhat be an act of service? Like, say I'm on the hunt for a house or whatever, and I'm losing like my momentum or whatever, and my partner checks up on me and she's like, "Oh, did you look at 5 houses today? Like, did you do this?" Because I feel like that's someone loving me or someone wanting me to be my best self. What is there a category
I
for
feel like
that?
that's a category of his own. I don't even know what to call it though.
But that's
Yeah.
not like still affirmation to y'all. Like,
Yeah,
granted,
I
it's like
honestly would put it there.
accountability,
Yeah.
but because it's still like words, like you're
Right.
checking up.
But it's not
on
like
me.
Right.
motivation, but it's like you're just checking in, like, oh, I'm concerned. So maybe it is. It could follow.
I would say it is words of affirmation because of the fact that your words are motivating me.
Right.
Like, I mean,
Hopefully I ain't
and that
just
shows, to me, that shows that you care, which is usually like,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's the question I had.
that's-
I just
I mean,
posed it
I'm
to the
really
experts.
like,
Like, we need more subgroups.
Right.
I mean,
No, still words.
yeah,
Still words.
yeah.
Facts.
So out of y'all top two, do y'all really feel like those are really your top two, or do y'all feel like y'all just accepted it because that's what the quiz said?
For me, mine was quality at 30% and then physical touch at 23%. And then my next two were just like 20% receiving gift or acts of service, and then words of affirmation. But I need words of affirmation, like probably on a daily basis. Love languages, of course, we said don't extend to just romantic partners, and then platonic friendships. There's also like your family, and then most importantly, like yourself. So if I'm not getting it from anybody else, my words of service that I feel like is needed for me on a daily, then I'm just gonna talk to myself. No, just chat it up.
Hey, girl. Hey.
It's me.
I'm dead ass Issa in the mirror, like checking in, what we doing. Okay.
Yeah, I fuck with that though. I like that. Okay. I really fuck with that.
I definitely fuck with that.
I don't even know my percentages, but I know like the top two. I know for a fact like those are mine. And Alicia like she tries to take the test over and over because it changed. But I feel like mine are always the same. I'll take it like 3 or 4 times now, and it's like, okay, I'm not taking this shit no more. Like, I don't know if they changed. Like, I don't know the exact percentage, but like, I know for a fact, like, and I can tell like in my relationships with like friends, whether I'm dating somebody, whoever, I feel like quality time and physical touch is clear. Like whether I'm laughing at jokes with friends, I'll be bumping to each other, we shake hands, we hug, who whatever. Like those are definitely mine. So
Okay.
That's crazy. I'm gonna say that's crazy for me because like taking the test, I had a high, like my highest percentage was acts of service. But earlier in the conversation, I said words of affirmation and gifts. And so I just feel like those words that I was just speaking about are those acts of service to me.
Yeah, that accountability check. Yeah,
Okay.
that could
Okay.
be an
You know
act
what I'm
of
saying?
service.
Yeah.
You don't
So-
got to check on me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true.
All right, that's decent. I like the way you switched that.
You know what
I
I'm
like
saying?
that. I like
It's-
that. And so you did just say how like your love languages can change or whatever. So like anybody else is changed? Because mine definitely do.
I feel like mine definitely changed. I took it like 5 years ago, so I don't remember exactly like the percentages, but I think mine definitely did change because I probably grew as a person. I'm definitely not the same person I was 5 years ago.
Agreed.
Beginning of beginning of college and stuff. So I definitely think it could change.
Yeah, mine. So, excuse me. As I said before, mine switch between quality time and physical touch. However, I was just looking. I'm pretty sure I took it last year. I don't know where the results are, but the one in my email was from 2018, January 2018, and that was the one I think I emailed to myself because it threw me off because the top 2 were quality time and words of affirmation. But I'm sitting here thinking about it. At that time, I was on my first teaching job. I was back in the town that I went to college in. I was living alone for the first time. I was still dealing with relationship breakup, stress, grief, trying to figure it out. Also hoeing at the same time. It was a lot. And I think at that time I really did need that encouragement, those words of affirmation. And honestly, like I said, I haven't taken it this year, but I think if I take it now, I feel like I'll get physical touch and words of affirmation because I'm kind of back in that space of like just trying to figure everything out. And I realized like words really be doing a lot for me. Like sometimes I need somebody to just be like, all right, bitch, you got this. You got it. Let's go.
Right.
So yeah.
No, that's crazy because I think about my time in undergrad. And so, like, when I first took this ever, when I was taking psychology courses, so my first was quality time. And there was a time where, like, physical touch was my second. And now that you just said that, I reflected and, like, wow, I was a hoe in undergrad. You know what I mean? Like, oh, can I get a massage? Like, that was me.
I'm big.
And so, it's a crazy.
Spare massage,
please. Not me.
And so it's just interesting to see, right, how, like, life circumstances definitely change the order.
I was definitely, you want to go to late night? That was quality time.
Netflix and chill.
How much you want to go to late
I got a
night?
routine.
Netflix and chill. Side note, I definitely saw a post that said "fuck Netflix and chill. Let's get some chicken and get some dickin." Like it was like chicken and dickin instead of Netflix and chill. It was great.
Not
It was
chicken
great.
and dickin'.
But all right, so that's how like those are our love languages. Receiving.
Yeah.
But what about like giving? which is, it may not, I don't know if there's a quiz for that, but I know exactly how I like to give based on that.
So what I always give to people is like, or what I recognize is acts of service. Like I'm going to straighten up, clean up, pick up your stuff, gather you up.
Gather you up.
But I don't know.
Put together by the time I'm done with me.
Gather you up.
I don't know if like that's received like, oh, thank you so much. Like of course people say thank you, but I don't know if that's the way of me showing I love you, I care for you, I'm here for you, but I just haven't picked up if they want that in return. But what I have noticed, like particularly with friends, like you know how you'll just be sitting down and then you just like touch arms like this, and then someone will just like move away. I know who moves away, so I know who I can't touch. And it's not even like on purpose.
Right.
It's just like a mental note, like, oh, they're not that touchy, or they don't receive it that way. So like, I recognize those things. I know you're not.
No,
I'm like, wait, do I be moving away?
Like, I'm definitely not
low.
alone.
So be bumping into people low key. Like,
You bump me out about time. But there are some people that definitely move that arm or that move that thigh, and that's crazy because like you don't realize that you are like gravitating towards them and beginning to touch, but you definitely realize when they fucking move out the way.
Right.
I'll be like, damn. Okay.
But I think that's fair.
I must have a cooties.
I think that's fair, but at the same time, I'm thinking about myself. I love physical touch, but also like there are times where I don't want to be touched. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's okay for you to read that from people. Like, I mean, in that moment, then it's still like you're respecting my boundaries because clearly I don't wanna be
it's
touched.
never like all the time, but like I noticed when like. So when we was on the couch, I just like literally laid in between you. You was fine then, but then there was like sometime maybe like a couple weeks ago, and you was not in the mood. I didn't read that, and I just came near you, and you was just like not. You didn't say no, but you just your body language just shifted. I was like, okay.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
I'm weak.
Oh, okay. All right. What about everybody else, y'all? How do you give?
it's funny because my lowest one for like receiving is gift giving. I mean, receiving gifts is my lowest one, but I give a great gift. Like for me, I don't really get me a gift because I'm pretty picky. I'm a picky person. So you get a gift and I'm like, thanks, this is nice. Like, but I'll get somebody a good gift.
You sure will.
I'm dead.
That's important though. I mean, I feel like, you know, it can seem shallow for someone to be like, oh, gift giving is my love language or the way I give it or receive it. But like, you got to think about the amount of thought that someone has to put into, especially if they're a good gift giver. Oh my God.
Great
Yeah, but I mean, to take that question and answer it, if I were to give two, it'd probably be gifts and service, because I also am a good gift giver and I appreciate doing stuff for people. You know,
Okay.
which I feel like it's kind of like a double entendre both ways. You know what I'm saying? Like I receive gifts and words, but service. It's word service.
Oh, okay.
And then I got, and then I give gifts and service.
Gotcha.
Okay. I can see the flip. I can see it.
Yeah.
Consistency.
I can definitely see it. So my giving is definitely quality time is my go-to. I'm always like, yo, you want to link? Like, you good? Like, y'all want to link? Y'all want to come over? Like, my crib has become the designated our friends space because I'm definitely always down to open up the space. And then my second one for giving, and that's why I'm looking like really thinking about it, I think it's words of affirmation. Because I will affirm the shit out of you. Like, I will gas you. Like, that is my thing. Like, I pissed a friend off once because I was just, like, gassing her how much weight she lost. And I didn't realize how that was a touchy subject. But, like, no, I will definitely gas your ass. I will congratulate you. I will acknowledge your growth. all that shit. So quality time and words of affirmation is definitely like my two giving. You didn't go yet, Swab.
I was
Yeah,
waiting for you to wrap
Marv.
up. Like, I was gonna cut you off.
That was like a
looking
confirmation
like-
nod. So I was like, nah, you ain't getting out
Are
of
you
here.
potting today or not?
Now, so mine for giving, kind of like what Rachel was saying, I try to be as attentive as possible to like what friends want, but I'm not always good at giving exactly what friends need. But the ones that I do like technically give like all the time is like words of affirmation, like, and acts of service. And because I feel like they kind of go hand in hand for me personally. How I view it is like you can definitely like say something to someone, but like you aren't really showing like if you care, support them for real. That's like you're still giving as well. So I try and like give like a good balance at least to everybody that I talk to seriously. Like I'm a, you know, like lift you up, give you some praise or whatever. But I'm at least trying to show you that I'm a solid friend too, or whether I'm dating or whatever.
Okay. So another question: have y'all like giving love languages? Have those changed at all?
Oh, I was like, wait, what?
I was like, y'all were not prepared.
Everybody
so
was
you know how
spaced
we
out.
talked about how like the way we
Last
receive these things, like those have changed over time.
Oh, okay.
So the way
I
that
get
you
what
give, like,
Good
so
old saying.
did you used to be really big on giving words of affirmation, and now you like, man, fuck you, cuz, like, let me just physical touch. Like, I don't know, like, have those things changed at all for y'all?
No, not for me. I really think that it shows like how much I fuck with somebody. Like we were saying, I try to be like, you know, I try to like tailor the way I show like whatever like love languages to somebody. Like if Reggie likes something, Devin likes something, Alicia, I try to like, you know, gear it towards exactly what they like. So I feel like if I'm not really doing that no more, like it just shows like how much I really fuck with you. If I'm gonna try to figure it out, then okay. But if not, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna give you the basic.
Right. I think it has to change though. You know what I'm saying? If you love the person, like, or if you're trying to express love to the person, and that like Dev don't like gift, or I mean Dev likes gifts, and you like words of affirmation, I can't give you gifts and him words of affirmation. It won't work out. So you gotta switch it up, even though like your preference may be that. Like you gotta understand that that's not for you.
My head is
That's
spinning.
interesting.
It's not for you.
Like, the fuck? No, but I get it though.
For me, I just kind of double down in like my acts of service. But
Extra with the acts of service.
If you don't stop
cleaning my
I'm cleaning your house.
cleaning
Your
the
house,
house.
nigga. I'm washing your car, nigga.
What you doing Saturday?
Stop
Coming over to
cleaning.
Queens.
But the thing
Truly,
is,
that's
like,
how.
I've been like off romance for a while, so I'm just talking about like my friendships
Oh,
and
platonic.
myself.
Yeah.
Like, if I already know your love language, I'm not gonna go out of my way to give you your least amount of language. Like, that's stupid. But it's nothing to be ignored. But I don't know. You just got to know the person. Y'all two different people.
Right.
Y'all two different people. So I'm not finna say something to you that you will be okay with to Reggie. It's not gonna work. Especially if words of affirmation is not your thing.
No facts.
So, I actually didn't answer the last question.
Well, I
So-
knew somebody was missing. So,
The way that I give, I believe, I know a lot more about what I need than what I give and what needs to be given, which needs to change. But the way that I give naturally is gifts. But I feel like that's a general thing, but I see that more so when it comes to romantic. Like if I start seeing stuff in the store and I'm thinking like, oh, maybe they like this, it's usually like when I'm at the beginning point of a relationship when it's like, I'm thinking about that person all the time. And then the other way is acts of service. But at the same time, I'm thinking about, and I feel like y'all might actually be able to answer this for me because I'm really not sure. I feel like quality time might be more of a thing of how I give, and I don't realize it because it's literally so natural for me. Because of the fact that, like, I love quality time, right? But a lot of times I'm in my head, like, all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like when my anxiety is like there, I don't want to be around anybody. So the fact that which my anxiety is there a lot of times, which is really terrible. But I feel like when I open up my space or even coming into your space, then that's a thing for me. Like I really love to see my friends sleep. Like I love when people rest. I know that sounds crazy, but I love when people rest.
Back itch a little
Listen, it's because I've come to learn how like American society is so terrible. It's a grind culture, and I'm not for that shit at all. Like I'm just really like, you don't have to work. Like there's better ways to do this. How about you take a nap? It's gonna be okay. And I feel like we would function better that way. So once I learned that and I started trying to do that to myself, like listen to your body. When you're tired, rest. Because the stuff that you're trying to get done, it's not going to happen if you don't do what your body is telling you to do. Like, ultimately, this thing is kind of running us. And if we let it run us instead of, you know, controlling how we feel and stuff, then, you know, whatever. Okay, I'm going into a whole tangent. Sorry.
No, that was the gospel.
Okay. So I really like when my friends rest. I don't know if that's acts of service. I don't know if that's quality time. I don't know. But also I'm asking y'all, because y'all two are the closest to me in this room. I don't know if you picked up on it before either. But like, what do you all see as the love that I mostly give to y'all? And do I meet your love languages as my friends?
Ooh, we getting deep.
Personal.
We getting real personal.
Like,
You meet the words of affirmation part, because sometimes I just need to be treated, but like you won't really treat me. You'll just like gracefully tell me in like a very elevating way about myself, and I'm like, I can't reject it, but like, thank you.
okay. I know I don't meet the quality time. Child, she get on me about that all the time. Like, bitch, where are you?
Sleep. That's what she said.
So that it's really funny that you just said that, because for me, you definitely give more quality time.
Okay.
And it's like there's rarely been a moment where I've actually asked you to hang out and that you were not available. There have been hella moments where you were late as shit, but you were always
But I show up.
present.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, it'll be that quality time piece.
Okay. I'm going to start asking more friends this. Like,
Yes.
do I meet your quality time?
Me
I mean, your quality
too.
time, your love language. Cause
Starting right now. Hey, friends!
Syria, let's talk about it.
Given that I know y'all niggas in real life,
A real body.
like what, I guess, which love language do I actually like give y'all? Like,
You already know the answer to this. Quality time.
For
Hit
real.
Reggie. What you
Yeah.
doing? I'm coming over. Okay. I'm outside.
Right. You can always pull up on Reggie.
Yeah,
Facts.
Yeah,
definitely quality time.
same.
Words of affirmation, like you said, you will beat some
Affirm the
goodness.
shit
into
out
you.
of
You would be some goodness.
I will affirm the shit out of
You
you.
did.
We need that on the shirt.
I agree.
Affirm the shit out you.
I agree. I think quality time too.
Gotcha. Samuel.
Oh yeah, nah, I said that from the jump. You can always pull up on Reggie.
Yeah.
You can always pull up on Reggie.
I feel like you might meet acts of service as well, and most times for me, I don't really allow you to help me, but you always offer it. Like you always offer it, but I'm usually just like, no, I'm good, because you know I got problems. But the thing is with that, like sometimes for me, I think I usually just choose, instead of the act of service is you just asking, and then I choose to go with the quality time, because even if I'm not okay with you doing something for me, I know what you can do is literally just be there. So then I just come here, and so you kind of still fulfill it.
Okay.
You're a great person.
I don't make me cry.
Blowing Reggie
Okay.
spot up.
He said, "No, I'm here for it. Gas me, shit. I gas
Right.
you."
I guess.
Feeling all the love.
All right. So that's dope. So now we're gonna switch gears a little bit, and I want to know, like, can y'all describe a time where knowing your love language is beneficial? Whether that's like with the person, if there's a circumstance, a situation, like when has actually knowing the way that you give or like receive like love, when has it benefited y'all?
Looks around table.
I mean, I could take it. I definitely know that I sometimes struggle with like quality time, not because I don't be there, but like I might not be as in it as I should, even though I'm there. And so, me and my boo, you know what I'm saying? And she like quality time, so I gotta be there. I gotta be there.
It has
Not
to be an
just
intentional
physically.
thing.
You
yeah.
have to like mentally be there. That's what you're saying.
Like the
Okay.
conversation got to be deep and shit. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? I can't just be like, oh, what'd you do today? Or I
That's
can't just
deep.
be on my phone all the time.
He said he can't do that. Damn.
No, I'm saying I
Yo, your
can't.
ass like, nigga.
I'm saying I can't be like that.
That's deep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, he said he
Okay, no,
can't
that's
do that.
dope.
Right?
Okay. Anybody else?
gotta know.
You realize, like, man, me knowing the way that this person gives or receives is like, this was great knowledge.
I have a friend. He recently just told me, like, I can't remember what we were talking about, but he just kind of like said, like, you know, I really appreciate like being able to talk to you about damn near anything. Like, you know, sometimes I feel like I don't have nobody to really talk to, but I don't like try to give too much advice. 9 times out of 10, I just usually ask him like, what's going on? Like, we check in on each other. So like, him really telling me, like, yo, I really appreciate, you know, being able to talk to you, you reaching out and checking out on me, whatever. I think that kind of helps me from this point on, because now I know too how to address like our friendship a little bit better. Because at first, like, I was just doing it because like, yo, I ain't talked to you in a minute, bro. Like, what's up? And he was like, yo, nobody really does that for me, like my close friends. So the fact that you do it, I appreciate it. So it kind of gave me some insight, like, you know, do it a little bit more frequently, because that's what he said he really appreciated.
Nice.
That's why. That's why.
I think, I know.
Come on.
No.
When I stopped saying I think, when I first realized, that words of affirmation were important to me was when I was talking to a friend. I have no clue what the conversation was about, but the words of affirmation came in a really like what could be seen as weird type way. When like, you know, when you hang out with a friend and then like they leave and they say like, thank you for allowing me to spend time with you, like that shit can be kind of weird because we don't normally do that. You normally expect that from like a date or something, like, you know, I really enjoy my time, whatever, like that after text. But I had a friend do that, and then I kept seeing it more and more. It's like just the intentionality, like when I say it lights my body up, and it's not in a sexual way, but it just like I feel like that's another level of like love that I didn't know was important to me. So them just being like if I say I'm going through something, I'm like, okay, you know, it's an uncomfortable situation, and the way that they handle the situation, the way that they talk to me dealing with that situation, and then even the point of being like, you know, I appreciate you for trusting me as a friend. I like affirming, like, I'm not gonna share this information with anybody. This really means a lot to me because I know it means a lot to you. I know it's sense, like that type of stuff is like, oh, okay. And it's still a little weird at times, but when I experience it, and I'm trying to like practice being that person as well, because truly, like, we don't have to give our time to each other. We don't have to give each other attention. We don't have to give each other love. But to give that and then to say like, hey, I recognize this is like everything to me. Okay. It's everything.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good one, actually.
No, that was cute.
That's really
No, bro, that was it. Anybody else want to add?
No.
I got nothing.
Great, right along. All right, so
Yeah.
let's start to wrap this thing up then, right? What advice do y'all have for somebody who's like new to love languages? Like whether it's where to start, whatever. What advice do you have for them?
My first is take the quiz.
Yes.
Just take the quiz.
Just search it on Google. It'll come up.
Right. There's even a whole book if you want to go further. But after you take the quiz, of course, think about your relationships with your partner, your family, your friends, and yourself. Get you a journal, or if you are comfortable, like video recording yourself, or just type it in your notes on your phone. Journal about each of your experiences within those love languages, because you're going to meet somewhere. Even if it's 0, you could still talk about a 0% words of affirmation. Why is that not there? Like, you just got to do like a whole bunch of self-reflecting. And when you journal about like yourself, family, friends, just kind of see what's missing, what someone else can do more. What you can do more for yourself within acts of service, like are you not caring for yourself? Daily maintenance, words of affirmation. Are you not hyping yourself up? You know, when you look good, are you not in the mirror telling yourself, I'm that bitch? Shit like that.
Yeah.
I think that would be it. Like, that's how you really get to know yourself.
I love that.
It's a good starting point.
My advice would be to be patient with yourself and with the people in your life, because part of learning your love language is learning it. Learning what it looks like, learning what things fit into it that you may not have even known, and you'll start to see that the things that people do for you, with you know whatever, you'll start to be like, when you didn't see purpose for it before, then you see like, oh, that's a form of love, and you'll realize how much more love is in your life than you actually realize. But also, I think sometimes when you learn it and you start sharing it, you just expect people to just get it. And it can be tied into a thing of like respect. And it's like, if you're in my life, you're my friend, you're my partner, you're my whatever, and I'm telling you that this is my love language and I need this from you, and you're not getting it right away, I'm seeing it as like, oh, you don't respect me.
Or
You don't really care about, it's like, I deserve this, give it to me. But you have to understand that as you're learning, whether it's love languages or anything else in life, everybody else is learning. So it has to be a process. Like, it's gonna be okay sometimes to remind people like, hey, this is what I need. And even if it's not even just like a general, this is what I need all the time, asking your friends or even asking yourself and being comfortable enough to share that with people like, hey, this is what I need right now. It doesn't have to be posed as like, I need acts of service. It's like, literally, this is where I'm at right now, but I really need to clean up my house. I need some help with this. Can you show up and help me? Like, being okay with however people are going to react, being okay with your process and learning it and growing in those things, even for yourself. Like she said, it's very important to do the same things to yourself. The love that you need doesn't need to come from all outside people.
Right.
It should not come from all outside people. It needs to be a thing for yourself as well. So just be patient.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, guess. Oh yeah. I don't have nothing to say.
Hey, let's go, beggars. Beggars pizza for y'all who don't get the reference.
Right. Beggars. Yes.
Anybody?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of just wrapped it up nicely. I don't know. I would like add just to be like open and honest with when it comes to your a little parsley.
Yes.
Just sprinkle it on there. Be like open and honest with yourself with like your results of your love language.
Yeah.
Because if you're like reading and be like, I don't really like this. You
I don't
like,
want people touching me.
Like reflect and think, and maybe you actually do. And then it's just funny how it all works.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually do have something to say. With the way he
That's
looked
what you was
at me,
gonna say?
just killed me. Because he was like,
That's crazy.
nah,
Next.
I'm gonna keep it short though. As you do learn your love languages and like the people that are in your lives, I'll just say try to find a space to actually get to some point where you can talk to them about it, because it looks different amongst people.
Yeah.
Like we may have the same love language, but I may want it a different way than someone else.
Yeah.
And I learned that with someone I was dating. Like, but we both had quality time, but like they want to see each other every single day. And I was like, this is important to me, but
That's duality, right? That's excessive.
bro, I'm finna change my own love language. Like,
You had like a 33.
Didn't we have this talk
I'm at like
before?
a 23.
Yes, we did.
so I'm finna change my love language. Like, I can't do this. But so it looks different to certain people.
But
does.
can I
agree.
well, I mean, I don't know how you're gonna live your life. I don't know if you want to get married, but that honestly, I think is an important part. Like you said, like knowing how it looks specifically for you, because quality time, cool. Their quality time, cool. But clearly, being married and living in the same house ain't gonna be it, because you're gonna see her every day.
I still feel like you can find ways to have your own space.
Yeah.
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 We can see each other
Marvin
often. but
about to
at
have
least
two
let me
houses
get
next to
some
each other.
things
She want to
do
see you
by
every day,
myself.
every moment.
I'm
Day.
definitely
That's
going
why I'm
to
not
see you
married
every
yet.
day.
You gonna be the back, right?
Maybe
You gonna be the
that's why
background on
I'm
her
not
phone.
married.
Get to see you in the cart, like Rachel.
Right.
Rachel B. Child, she got to see everybody's
Get in your
picture.
skin, like-
Yes, crazy.
Marvin trying to buy the connected houses.
Right.
That's real though. You get your partner.
Get the one
Separate
next
beds.
door. Get the one next door.
All right, son. What advice you got for someone new to love languages?
Sound like everybody was like, learn this and be open and be honest about this. After you've learned all that, right? Now is your time to be intentional.
Yeah.
So if she likes receiving gifts, make sure you make an effort to be like, okay, cool, I'm shopping for myself, but I just saw something she might like. Or if she wants acts of service done, or for that matter, you know what I'm saying, pick up the clothes, cook dinner, you know what I'm saying, take out the baby or the dog or whatever.
Take out the baby.
I meant to take out the dog.
Throw that bitch away. You didn't want to hit in the first place.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying, just make it an effort to learn your significant other's love language. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
And I mean, y'all pretty much hit it all right on the head, man. So I would say when taking the quiz, don't lie. Because some of the questions are pretty obvious, right? Like, would you prefer a hug or a gift? Like, come on, I know what y'all saying. So, like, just don't lie when you take it. And then lastly, start to have those conversations.
Yeah.
Like, after you learned yours, you're right, start talking about
Be
it. Make that
intentional.
opener, right?
Right.
Because that's how things improve.
That's how we grow.
I have one more piece of advice.
Man.
Okay.
When you take the test, she said it earlier, when you take the test, think about a specific type of relationship or a specific person, because it really can differ for friends versus family versus your partner. And it's definitely different for me. I love physical touch, and I like hugging my friends, and sometimes I'm cool with laying together. But at this point in my life, I know that I don't really want people touching me too much unless, I was about to say unless what the fuck, I'm sorry. Unless,
Go crazy.
like specifically sleeping in the bed with me at this point in my life, I'm just honestly not, I don't really want to share the bed with nobody if we can't be like close, you know? So make sure you think about exactly what it is you're trying to, because those questions can't be like, well, with this person, I do it. I've seen, I used to do this test with my students all the time. And so I've seen them be like, this is confusing because everybody's different, and it is. So you might have to take it a couple times.
I love that. Love that. Well, let's thank our guests one more time for coming
Okay,
on.
let's
Alicia and Rachel.
Thank you so much for having
Just
us.
learned us a thing or two.
We're amazing.
And we gonna wrap it there, man. So we thank everybody again for tuning in. As always, the world is sick.
But good conversation is the cure.
Just like that. And we are
Sick.
out.
Yeah.